Alright, prediction game video time for Daniel Bryan versus CM Punk for the WWE Championship, a match you're going to see this Sunday at Over The Limit. And as always, I'm using my trusty Daniel Bryan created character, not the one I created. Well, actually, I didn't create a created character at all. I got this off community creation, so for those on the Xbox 360 side, just search for Daniel Bryan. He's one of the top ones. You know, I always get people asking me, why do you have a Daniel Bryan created character when there's a Daniel Bryan, in the game? Well, I want an updated Daniel Bryan. The current one in the game doesn't have the short hair, he doesn't have the beard, so that's why I downloaded this one. Just like last year in SVR 2011, when, CM Punk had changed his hairstyle, people started making CM Punk created characters that look phenomenal. They look just like, the CM Punk you saw on TV back then, which is pretty much the same one you see, right now. Just, without the long hair. Because the SVR 2011 model had long hair. Anyways, this match, man. The match itself, should be freaking great. I'm looking forward to this match. I've said this multiple times. I even made a video about this before I made this video, like 2 weeks back or so. Just talking about this match because I was, really looking forward to it. I'm hyped up for this match. Now, that's the match itself, though. If you talk about what led up to the match, what they've done, what CM Punk and Daniel Bryan have done leading up to this match, it's pretty disappointing. But keep in mind, I've got to keep this in mind. The last pay-per-view was 3 weeks ago, Extreme Rules, and then 3 weeks later you have Over the Limit. So it's not even a month between pay-per-views. It's 3 weeks, so that's a short amount of time to build up a feud and build up a match. So let's look at this. Week 1, the week right after Extreme Rules, the Raw right after, you had the Beat the Clock challenge to determine the new #1 contender for CM Punk's championship. It was a series of matches, Beat the Clock, the one with the shortest amount of time. Who won his match, the shortest amount of time, would become the new #1 contender. Daniel Bryan ended up being that guy by beating Jerry the King Lawler in about, I don't know how much time it took for Daniel Bryan to win that match, but he beat the clock. So he becomes the new #1 contender. Right after he wins the match, CM Punk comes out and he's on the stage and lifts up the WWE Championship and basically is telling Daniel Bryan to come at him. I don't know. And then the week after, I'm not counting SmackDowns here because on SmackDown you don't have too much interaction with CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. Actually, CM Punk rarely, comes on SmackDown. Now, the Raw, the next week you don't even have, an in-the-ring segment between Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. The week before, when Daniel Bryan won the #1 contendership, I was like, alright, I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait for next week's Raw. We're gonna have, probably some in-ring interaction, a segment, some promo time between Daniel Bryan and CM Punk with both those guys in the ring. But then, on Raw, we didn't have these two guys interact much at all. Towards the end of the show, you had Lord Sensei versus CM Punk. And Lord Sensei beat CM Punk in that match. But before that, there was no promo time for these two guys or anything like that. So, right after Lord Sensei, I forgot to mention, I can't believe I forgot to mention that. It was supposed to be Lord Sensei versus CM Punk, but they ended up adding in Daniel Bryan into the mix, making it a handicap match. So, okay, there's some in-ring action there with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk before the actual event, but there was no promo time, like I said. So, they won the match. Lord Sensei gets the pinfall, not Daniel Bryan. And right after the match, Daniel Bryan puts on the yes lock about 2 times on CM Punk to end the show. Or did that end the show? Yeah, I think it did. So, after that, you had this week. This week was, I think you had a tag team match. I might be wrong on this one. No, yeah, I'm right actually. We had a tag team match. It was CM Punk and Santino teaming up to face Daniel Bryan and Cody Rhodes. And the winners of that match ended up being, the face team, CM Punk and Santino, when Daniel Bryan ditched Cody and left him in the ring to get, the go to sleep from CM Punk, who won the match. And then later on in the show, because, that tag match was the first match on Raw that week. So after, later on in the show, you had a backstage segment with CM Punk walking backstage with Alex Riley. So first of all, that confirms that Alex Riley is a face, and it also answers one of the questions I had a couple weeks back, or about a month back, when you had, the whole feud between CM Punk and Jericho, and Alex Riley told Jericho, "Hey, I just saw CM Punk drinking backstage. Come see it." And he kicked me out of the locker room, blah blah blah. At that time, I had made a Raw review, I think, and I was wondering, is Alex Riley a heel now? Is he snitching on CM Punk? Did CM Punk actually kick him out of the locker room? But it looks like, Alex Riley was, set up, well, not set up, but a part of the plan with CM Punk to set up Jericho to think that CM Punk was drinking. So, yeah, looks like Alex Riley is a face, and he's with CM Punk. So, yeah, enough about that. He's not even on the Over The Limit card, Alex Riley. He hasn't been on the pay-per-view in a long time. Hasn't been on TV in a long time, actually. And when he is on TV, he usually gets squashed by Brodus Clay, which is weird considering that Alex Riley is a face, and he's getting squashed by a face. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, back to what I was saying. He was walking backstage with Riley, and then AJ pops up, and she wishes CM Punk good luck. And that's basically it. CM Punk says he doesn't really want to get involved with AJ here because, she's kind of been unstable, and he just doesn't want to get involved with AJ. So, I don't know, he just left. And AJ looked kind of pissed, after he, said she was unstable or something like that. So, that's basically it when it comes to interaction and when it comes to the build-up for this feud. So, there hasn't been much, man. I was looking forward to an in-ring segment between these two, so that sucks. So yeah, AJ now, she might get involved in this match. Maybe not, maybe she's not going to appear at all, but I'm thinking she gets involved in some way, either to cost CM Punk the title, or cost Daniel Bryan the title. Or maybe, like I said, she doesn't get involved at all. I don't know, maybe wishing CM Punk good luck was to set him up, or something like that, I'm not sure. And what this also leads me to believe is that this feud isn't over yet. It's not gonna end at the Over the Limit pay-per-view. I'm thinking now with the addition of AJ there, maybe it's gonna last another pay-per-view or 2 pay-per-views. Because what's CM Punk gonna do at SummerSlam? After Over the Limit, you've got No Way Out, so they could have a steel cage match between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. I don't like steel cage matches, but I'm pretty sure Daniel Bryan and CM Punk can make a good steel cage match. And I think they said for the No Way Out pay-per-view, the steel cage matches won't be your normal steel cage matches. They're actually going to have some stipulations added. So it's kind of like the TNA Lockdown pay-per-view. So that could be interesting, to make the steel cage matches interesting by adding some, extra stipulations in the match other than just escape the cage to win or win by pinfall or submission. So, when it comes to the winner, I've already said this in the official prediction game video. I think CM Punk's gonna win. For the simple fact that there hasn't been much build-up to this match, and when you have so little build-up, it's not often that the challenger just ends up winning the match out of nowhere like that, by surprise. The last time I think somebody won the title that really surprised me, that it was a real shock, was the Big Show. But that actually had some build up to it. We had Mark Henry taking him out for a couple of months, Big Show coming back, getting his rematch, the ring breaks, then he has another rematch and he finally wins, but he only won because of Mark Henry's injury. And before that, the last victory that title victory that really surprised me was Sheamus beating John Cena for the the title in the tables match. So yeah, I doubt Daniel Bryan's gonna win this. Could he win? Maybe there's a slight possibility of him winning. Maybe I could be totally wrong and they have no plans at all of making CM Punk retain and they just want Daniel Bryan to win this one. And you know what? I'm really happy that Daniel Bryan's in the position he's in right now. In the main event, first the World Heavyweight Championship match. I was like, hey, this is cool. Daniel Bryan's the first guy to compete for the World Heavyweight title on one pay-per-view, Extreme Rules, and then right after he competes for the WWE Championship, the pay-per-view, the next pay-per-view, Over the Limit. I thought he was the first guy to do that, but then you have Jericho right after, who, competed against CM Punk for the WWE title on, at Extreme Rules and WrestleMania. And now, the pay-per-view right after is competing for the World Heavyweight Championship in the Fatal 4-Way against Sheamus. So both guys, have been doing very good, except Jericho, has been losing a lot of matches. But I'll talk about that in my prediction game video for, the Fatal 4-Way match. So yeah, guys, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan should be a great match. Hoping it gets, a good amount of time, They get a good amount of time to put on a good match, like 25 minutes, even 30 minutes or so. Because if you look at the other matches, they can't last that long. I mean, a Fatal 4-Way, for example, Fatal 4-Ways usually don't last too long. They're usually pretty quick matches, about like 14 minutes, 15 minutes about. It's rare to see a Fatal 4-Way match last about, half an hour long. And when it comes to John Cena versus John Laurinaitis, I can't see that match lasting too long either. You've got John Laurinaitis, who hasn't been in the ring in a long time, and it doesn't seem like that type of matchup that will last too long. And then you've got obviously the Divas match, which always lasts about maybe 10 minutes tops. And Zack Ryder versus Kane, well, that's not even on the show, it's on the pre-show, so that doesn't count. So yeah, hopefully this match does get a good amount of time, and I'm pretty sure it will get him a good amount of time. It is the WWE Championship after all, which, by the way, I'm hoping this match, main events the pay-per-view. If Johnny Ace versus Cena main events the pay-per-view, it's gonna suck. It's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna end the pay-per-view in a boring fashion. I'd much prefer this to main event. The WWE title hasn't main evented a pay-per-view in such a long time. And especially the World Heavyweight Championship, that too. I'm hoping one of the championship matches gets the main event spot at Over the Limit. So anyways, that's it for this video. Like I said, bottom line, I think, CM Punk's going to retain, and I think this feud is going to keep on going after Over the Limit. With that said, if you guys like my videos, click that thumbs up button, and I'm out. See ya.